Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Oh, how is everyone today? It has been a morning already, and I just left my room like about 10 minutes ago. But, all the things. Uh, oh my goodness. So we are on day 19 today for our Self-Love December. And, we got a good one today. It's actually something my friend Tanya sent me, and I 100% love it. She sent it to me yesterday, and because of that, I ended up flipping the days again, because tomorrow is going to be kind of more of a ideas kind of thing. You'll see tomorrow. It's not a big deal. So if you're not on because it is Christmas Eve and it is busy, I totally get it. Good morning, older sibling. So anyways, let's just pull some of the affirmator cards first. I'm trying to gather my thoughts, you guys. My anxiety and my depression just keeps coming and going. It's ebbing and flowing, Good morning, Sammy. I have my elf ears on, better to hear you with. But, we're closing in, right? It's like Christmas Eve. It's the eve of Christmas Eve. So let me see. Okay, there's one. Wow, that landed right inside of the box. So, that's like, hi, I'm ready to go. All right. But yeah, there's a lot to cover, and I really think today's subject is really, really going to be a good one. While I'm at it, trying to pull one more card. I'm going to try one more time, and if nothing comes out, then, okay, there we go. There it is. There it was. I always knew there was a second one. Thank you, sibling. She likes the hat. Tomorrow, I have very special Mickey ears, or mini ears, for tomorrow. Good morning, T. So, like I said, ended up switching to, tomorrow's, number with today. So because I think today is going to be very good. Like I said, my friend T sent me a really good video yesterday, and I've just, sometimes you just know which way to go in when you start seeing all this different stuff, right? That just keeps hitting your brain, blowing your mind, and you're like, seriously? All right, this is time to nip this shit in the bud. But it's going to be one of those days. My brain is all over the place. Like I said, I'm still dealing with some anxiety and depression. Not as bad, the anxiety, but the blues, depression stuff is still there. However, as you can see, I'm smiling. And no, I'm not faking it. Like I said, it's an ebb and flow. It comes and goes throughout the day. There's just this feeling, like right here in, like the pit of my stomach and my heart, that's just kind of like, I'm trying. So at least I know they're trying. But anyways, let's just get to this so we can get to our subject today. Oh, we got the wonder card again. Wonder. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder, and when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. I'm going to read that again. It's a wonderful thing to be in a state of wonder. And when I'm a good audience to my life becomes better and better theater. When something delightful happens, I can shout encore and be tickled when it happens again. When something maddening happens, I can laugh it off. Either way, I'm glad I got a ticket to the show. The best show you will ever see is the show of your life. So, you have to ask yourself, is this the show I want to see, or is this the show I don't want to see? So, and here, the giraffe, ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I ever have tuned into anything else? So again, I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned in, to something else? I really like both of those. I think they really show a lot of potential. One of the reasons I have been sharing where my mental health state is, it is the holidays, and a lot of people they don't jive and I can't tell if that's an airplane or thunder, but I'm pretty sure it's an airplane. Anyways, sorry, distracted. It's going to rain here and I'm so excited. But anyways, I think a lot of times we think everybody's happy because we're happy or other people are happy and it's Christmas, but some people really are doing the fake it till you make it thing. So just try to be patient with people and try to be understanding and compassionate because, not everybody's vibing at the same level other people are. And for some people, it's just another day. Some people don't even celebrate. So that's how it is, and that's how it's going to be. Number 19. Let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad day yesterday. Okay? Number 19 in Self-Love December. Let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad day or a bad yesterday. Sometimes I post things on Facebook and I post things, I do feel bad because sometimes I post things and I post things to help people, but I don't always put comments on it. And sometimes when I put comments or captions on it, nobody bothers to read it. So they automatically just read the meme or whatever it is I'm posting and assume I'm not in a good place. Okay. Yes, I am going through my depression and my anxiety right now. Yes, it is peaking. Yes, I am smiling and I mean it. And I will tell you why. Every single day this week that I have been dealing with this and that I've shared about it, I have found something to look forward to during the day. Yesterday I went to the movies. I saw The King's Man. It was an excellent movie. Excellent movie. Okay, everyone's off seeing The Matrix. I was off seeing that. All right. I'll probably go see The Matrix next week. But I think what's different with me now. Good morning, baby sibling. Thank you. It's better to hear you with. So anyways, another hat compliment. I am Santa's elf today, and I'm delivering the news. That's right. I'm delivering the message of the day. But I think one of the reasons I wanted to share, the Aloha perspective was based on the idea of spreading positivity into this world. Okay, it was about spreading, sometimes it's my thoughts and how I think about things and, hoping to give people a better perspective on things, or at least my perspective to kind of open the dialogue and to open the dialogue within ourselves. Why do we feel the way we feel sometimes? Do we feel that way because other people have, kind of tuned our brains into that? Are we thinking for ourselves? Are we thinking like other people because we want to fit in? I've done that. I've done all those things. I've done those across the board. And then all of a sudden, it's like one day I just woke up and I started, I'm thinking for myself. And that's what we have to do sometimes. We can easily be swayed by a good argument from somebody else. So much so that we don't always hear what other people want to say. For instance, I got my booster shot yesterday. I thought about putting it on Facebook because I was excited. I'm excited. My left arm is actually kind of sore this morning, but that's it. Nothing else, nothing major, no big deal. But I can't put it on there because I have people that will, sit there and come to me on the side and say, I literally had somebody tell me after I got my second vaccination, well, I read that you're going to die by fall. Fall ended 2 days ago. It's still here. Okay. We're always going to hear things. And if we hear it enough and we're around enough of the same like-minded people, we're going to just pick up on what they believe and what they think. And that's the same for anybody, whether you believe in getting your shot or not. My thing is, do your own research, do your own homework. If that's what you come up with, then that's what you come up with. But this is kind of why I share about my depression and my anxiety, because even though I'm smiling, I actually am genuinely smiling. I'm ebbing and flowing. Okay. There are moments where I just kind of buckle down and think, okay, here comes another big wave. Gotta batten down the hatches and hope the ship doesn't fall apart. But I think we forget that sometimes. You see, nobody's in charge of my boat except for me. Nobody's in charge of the Shelley ship except for me. And a lot of times I feel bad because I'll post things, like I said, people don't read the captions and they just automatically assume I'm not doing well. My poor dad sometimes, he's like, well, I see the things you post. And it's like, does anybody bother to read the captions? because, I'll either put a heart or something on it. I mean, I've actually given up sometimes lately just putting captions because I figure, why bother? No one reads them. I mean, most of the time I'll put for anyone who needs it. And sometimes, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the fact that people care. That's the beauty of it. People do care. But remember, your feelings are valid. Your emotions are valid. I do apologize if I'm all over the place right now. It is Things to Think on Thursday. So we are on number 19 of Self-Love December. But it's also Things to Think on Thursday. And this is what I want people to think about. Today's subject, let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Every day is a new beginning. Every time your eyes open in the morning or evening, whatever it is your sleep pattern is, every time you wake up, it is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. It's not just, it's almost New Year's and I don't know what's today, the 23rd, in 8 days or 9 days, it's New Year's Day. In 8 days, it's New Year's Eve. And then everybody's like, they start reflecting on the year. Well, it's great if you did a lot of things that are worthy of reflecting on during the year. But if you're not happy where you're at on New Year's Eve, tomorrow is another day. And it's not just a new year, but it's another day. Don't worry about what you're going to feel like a year from now. Worry about what you're doing now, where you're feeling now. If you're not happy in your situation, change it. Okay? You cannot make other people change. I have had to learn that the hard way, and it hasn't been pretty, and that was in my previous relationships. I wanted them to be more like I thought I was, to put more effort into something that I thought was a good thing. But you can't change people. They have to learn their lessons on their own. And if they don't want to learn those lessons, you can't force them. It's a sad state of reality. Maybe I wore the elf hat to kind of take the blow off of the message today. What I like that T sent me, it was from a TikTok account called Be Now Okay. I'm assuming that's what it is. It took me a while to realize it wasn't somebody's name because, just my brain was not functioning. And I'm going to sum it up, okay? I'm going to post the link in the comments. And TikTok videos are so short, guys. You take a moment and watch it. Seriously, take a moment and watch it. It's okay to be negative. Take 5 minutes to be angry. Set a timer on your phone. And then take 5 minutes to bitch, moan, complain, punch a wall. He says punch a wall, etc. Then, when you're done, when that alarm goes off, take a deep breath and say these three very powerful words. I can't change it. That's 4. Or can't change it. Basically he was saying but can't change that. Watch the video, okay? My brain, poof. It is one of the best things I've ever seen. And it literally fit in with the subject. Let it go. Never ruin a bad day by thinking about a bad yesterday. Never ruin the rest of your day by worrying about what upset you just then and there. Can you go back in time? Do you have a time machine? Because I guarantee you, if you had a time machine, that's not where you're going to go. Right? You're going to go try to fix everything else in your life. Right? If you've seen the butterfly effect, don't do it. You cannot fix set points in time. It will just blow everything out of proportion. I think what we forget sometimes is how to move forward. How to, leave things behind. I keep talking about my depression and anxiety and why I'm smiling, and I keep getting away from that subject. This is how indignant mental health works sometimes, guys. I told Sibling yesterday when I was watching my movie, I said I kept putting 2 and 2 together, but it wasn't adding up. And I said, then when it finally added up, I was like, duh. And I said, it felt like 2 wires that are just sparking, but they're not connecting. And I thought it was because of a a bad concussion I got a few years ago, which I'm still, believe it or not, healing from the after effects. And slowly but surely, I'm almost back to 100%. But I think it's my depression that causes that I can't fire on all cylinders sometimes. So see, somebody will be sitting there going, oh, she's smiling because she's doing that fake it till you make it. I'm not faking it. This smile is genuine right now. And it's genuine because I see where I'm at now. Yes, I'm in a new phase of my life now. Yes, I came full circle on that first part of my life, healing all that stuff. But the reason I'm smiling is not because I'm happy that I get depression and sometimes it's coupled with and goes on a date with anxiety. No, it's because I'm handling it better. It's because I'm reminding myself that this too shall pass. Tomorrow is another day. Things don't seem as bleak and dark anymore. Because I am practicing these self-love things along with other people. But, sometimes, like I said, I will post things and people will automatically assume it's me that's feeling this way. It's not always about me. A lot of times, guys, believe it or not, it is very rare when I will post something about how I'm feeling. If I do, I'll put a straight up nope up on Facebook, and that's when I'm at my worst. And literally, everyone's seen the little nope with the person laying on the floor, the cat laying flat on the floor. I think there's one of Godzilla giving the bird saying, nope, I'm out. And, but I advocate because there are people out there hurting. There are people who are going through depression and anxiety and don't even realize it or won't admit it. Because, some people still believe that to have any mental health issues is a weakness. It's not a weakness. I will tell you this. If you are suffering from a dinged up mental health, you are probably, and this is going to be a very controversial statement, you're probably stronger than a lot of people because you have to deal with it. You're not just forced into a situation that you can, back yourself out of. No. When you start going into depressive bouts or anxiety or anything under the mental health umbrella, it is literally like someone shoving you in the lion's den with an open door on the other side and the one that you just walked through being slammed behind you, locked, bolted, and, whatever, barricaded from the other side. Good morning, Ladina. So I think that's what people need to remember. Depression and anxiety is a horrible thing. But we cannot change other people. All we can do is focus on ourselves. Okay? And that doesn't mean, you're the only person that exists in the world. No. It means you're filling up your cup so that, you can be there for other people. You have to come first so you can give back. We're not here to change people. We're here to guide people. We're here to help people. We're here to maybe plant a seed or two with people. And if they want to understand that and they want to pick up on the hints or they want to pick up on the, that someone's trying to plant the seed of positivity inside of them, then that's great. But we cannot force things to grow. We cannot force people to grow. What happens when you overwater a plant? You're going to kill it. Okay? I mean, some plants probably love water, but the majority of plants in my experience do not. I overcare for things. And I can't tell you, I killed a succulent. I killed 2 succulents. Actually, I've killed 3 or 4 in my lifetime. All within the span of about 5 years. You know how hard those are to kill? I mean, these plants grow out in the desert. They thrive in the desert. I managed to kill it somehow. And, that was the running joke in my office for a while. It's like, how do you kill a succulent? Yeah, you know what? Let me show you. But the whole point is, what I love about the subject for today is exactly that. Let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. And I'm learning to do that now. I had a great day yesterday and I'm still trying to ride a mild high off of that. Because as the evening started to come, as the evening started to come in and if you leave a really good movie, you always leave with that super movie high, right? But when you start to come down from that, you start to think, oh, okay, I'm back in my head again. And, I found a game, I found another damn game, stupid Angry Birds. But, to kind of help me take my mind off of it. And it's not that I'm trying to ignore it. I'm just, sometimes when I know I'm about to hit bottom, I need to find something that's going to trampoline me back up. So I need to throw a trampoline underneath myself, until I can find my way out of the pit. And it's not easy. I know other people who are struggling through the holiday seasons as well. I know several people who are struggling through the holiday seasons as well. I know a friend who is struggling with her health right now and still trying to get through the holiday season while, dealing with some of her family members that are not cooperative, and her health, it's in a very precarious state right now, but she's doing her best to keep her chin up. And that's resilience, but again, like I said, I'm going to post this again in the comments. T, if you're still on, thank you very much for sharing this, because I've watched it like 4 or 5 times now. But he basically says it's okay to be negative. Take 5 minutes to be angry, set a timer on your phone to bitch, moan, complain, punch a wall, etc. Then take a deep breath and say these powerful words. I can't change it. I can't change it. Sometimes the best way to lead is to lead by example. Do not give other people your power. If somebody is constantly putting you down, making you feel bad, making you feel horrible, then, show them that they're wrong. Show them how strong you are. Show them the power that you have. Start believing in yourself. Start believing in this power. If you are getting your self-esteem back, don't let somebody else steal it because they're jealous of you. And yeah, a lot of times it's going to be because they're jealous of you, because they can't get past themselves, so they want to tear you down. A lot of times it's not about us at all, but it starts to feel that way. I have had relationships that have made me feel like I was not good enough. I have had friendships that made me feel like I wasn't good enough. Where everything I did was wrong, but they were always right. And eventually those ended and I walked away. Now, I'm not saying it's always that easy for everybody else, but you cannot change other people. All you can do is never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. And maybe these things don't feel like they tie in together, but they do, because you could be going through this amazing day, having a wonderful, wonderful time. I mean, for instance, and this is on a very weird level, okay? I had a great day yesterday, great afternoon, all right? My morning started off, like I said, going to the movies, which went right into the afternoon. Then I got my booster shot. Then I came home. And then sibling decided we're going to watch this documentary called Life of Crime, 1984 to 2020. It was an HBO documentary, excellent documentary, okay? But it left me so sad at the end. But there was also perspective. Like, thank God I didn't go down this route. It followed the life of 3 people, and I don't want to ruin it. It was really good, but it follows the life of 3 people and their 36-year battle with, sort of criminal behavior and drug abuse. And it was sad because, you see the kids, some of them had kids, and you see them trying to help, their parents, or like, even with, like they're trying, but they couldn't change them. They had to change for themselves. And that's the hard part. Because when you love somebody so much, all you want to do is see them feel better, see them get better, see them get the help they need. But they have to take accountability for themselves, just like you have to take accountability for yourself. When you look back on progress, you start to see how far you've come. I have a friend who went through a very, very terrible divorce last year. It got to the point where the husband had not only cheated on her, but got the girl pregnant and then told her he wanted a divorce. And I think it was one of those things where they thought, I think in his mind, he thought it was going to work out. I don't know why, but some people are like that. But over the course of the time that I've known them, which hasn't been that long, probably in the last 6 or 7 years, 6 years, you start to see the patterns of certain people. And then it all kind of clicks and makes sense. But she moved forward. And now she's starting to see the progress. She's starting to see what she's made of and who she really is. And she's embracing this. You know, I mean, it's as simple as the other day when we were talking about this, and she's all, you know, I'm really proud of myself. Apple Maps took me this way, and I was like, oh crap, I'm not sure about this. And I'm kind of paraphrasing all this. But basically it brought her out in a whole different place that she wasn't familiar with. But she was trusting something. And that, to her, it was stepping out of her boundaries and just going a different way on the map. The underlying reality of it was she was trusting something to lead her in the right direction. Granted, it's a GPS, but trust has to start somewhere, you know, and if we don't start trusting our instincts, which is basically too what she was doing, she was trusting her instincts. She was trusting that the choice she made was going to work out in her favor, and it did. And a lot of people that hear that story will think, well, that's dumb. I mean, no, it's not dumb. It's the little things. This is why the little things are so important. You know, my nephew, for instance, he is healing like gangbusters. I mean, I think Scorpios just have this weird kind of inner healing that they can do. Because between that kid and my dad, I don't know. Maybe the Scorpio men. But yeah, I mean, he's healing like gangbusters. You know, he's being creative again. I mean, he's making things, and you know, I feel bad for baby sibling because she's got to keep him kind of subdued, you know, but you see the resilience in children, you know, and sometimes that's what we need to find in ourselves. It is okay to be negative, but don't drag it out. Take those few minutes. You know, if it's really bad, set your phone for 5 minutes, say, I can't change it. If it's still there, do it again for another 5 minutes. But remember, take that deep breath. Sometimes the reason we let things drag on is because we forget that one powerful thing that we can do. Take a deep breath. Take 5 deep breaths if you need them. That will help you just kind of regather yourself. It may not center you, but it will help you regather yourself. And maybe it'll help you focus a little more on what it is you need to focus in on, what you need to zero in on. Okay? That's where healing comes from. Healing doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen like this. I mean, it doesn't have to take as long as it took me, but I resisted. However, I think I learned a lot of things about myself when I was resisting. So my path was my path. You know, I mean, some people it might take longer. Some people it may take half the time or even less. Some people that may be their cycle for the rest of their life. I don't know. But what I do know is I'm in charge of me. And even though the depression and the anxiety is kind of peaking, you know, more so the depression than the anxiety, you know, I still have this smile because I know in the back of my head, this smile is generated by the thought that says it's going to be okay. There is a battle in my brain going on, and the good side is winning. Because I took the time to heal myself. Because I took the time to be accountable for all the things I've done in my life, good or bad. But the bad things, I decided I can't change that. The good things, it's like, you know, then you start thinking, oh, well, it could have been better. No, you can't change that either. Every single thing we go through in our life is a stepping stone. And it's up to you whether you want to evolve and grow, or if you just want to stay put and be a little seedling in the planter. You have to water yourself with beautiful things. Sunshine, you know, positive words. Rainbows, positive people. Water, just life, right? Taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, your mind, your spirit, your soul, all those things. It really is important. And again, the reason I love this subject so much is because even though it feels like I've been across the board on today's perspective, I realize that they are kind of tied together. It's playing out in my head. I mean, like I said, my my brain is firing in 10 directions all at once right now. All right. And I don't share my mental state because I want people to feel bad for me. What I want to do is destigmatize what I'm going through. I want people to know that even when I'm going through this, and other people are going through this, and some people have it far worse than I have. And that's not a comparison, that's a reality. There are some people who, when they get to a certain place, there's something else that they have going on with them that's trying to drag them back down. It's like watching a horror movie and all these hands are grabbing at you from a pit, while you on the outside is trying to pull you out. So you got one against thousands. And I'm grateful that my mental state is all, that's my dinged up mental health is a regular kind of dinged up mental health. I have the run of the mill depression, but it's more than it is what it is. It is mine to nurture. It is mine to take care of. It is mine to take a deep breath when I need to. And a lot of people will sit there and say, yeah, but you don't have all these responsibilities. You don't have this. You know what? You have to take time for yourself. Okay, I can't help where my life is right now. People always look at me and say, one of my favorite things, all right, and this is kind of going off topic, but one of my favorite things is I'll have people say to me all the time, oh, it must be nice being single and not have kids and being able to do whatever you want to do. Look on the other end of that, because people on my side are sitting there going, it must be nice to have everything you have. And maybe life isn't great on either side, but that's why we have to be happy where we're at. We have to find the gratitude and the joy, and, even just simplify it down to just the foundation. This is your life. You choose how you want to build that house. You choose if you're going to be angry about something tomorrow that happened today. Or if you're going to take your power back, take a deep breath, set that 5-minute timer, get it out of your system, journal it, write it, whatever. I have journal posts where it's just scribbles, like just me taking a pen, because I don't know what to write. And I'm so angry, or I'm so hurt, or I'm so upset, or whatever emotions flying around in my head at the moment. But like I said, now I know the biggest thing that cycle taught me in my process of healing is that it does get better. Okay? So again, one last time, number 19, Self-Love December, let it go. Never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad yesterday. And I'm going to add to that, never ruin a good day by thinking about a bad moment during that current day. If you can't let it go before the end of the day, let it go at the end of the day. The minute you crawl into bed and you start to fall asleep, it's done. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. If you're stressing out about New Year's and you haven't done some of the things you wanted to do, you know what? Tomorrow is another day. We make a big deal out of New Year's. It is a big thing. We're finishing another cycle, another year cycle. But you're not done with your life. I mean, how many people have looked back at New Year's and then looked at New Year's Eve and thought, whoa, it still feels the same? Because it is the same. It's just a different date in a different year. Don't put so much pressure on yourself that you put yourself behind the 8 ball. If New Year's Day is that important to you, that you want to do the things, then start making plans. Do the planning. Plan it out. But don't, belittle yourself or shame yourself if you don't accomplish everything by the end of the year. It's okay. You're still alive. You're still going. You're still breathing. There were so many things I wanted to do this year that I didn't do. And then when I thought about it last night, when I was laying in bed, I thought, you know what? Because I was thinking, God, I'm about to go into the new year. And what have I done this year? I mean, I feel like this year was an entire waste. And then I remembered last Saturday. And I remember how I came full circle. And I remembered that even though this has been a very hard and trying year, that led me to that healing. That led me to the understanding that I am resilient, that I am, someone who can push forward and go, potentially go with the flow. Allow yourself the grace and the compassion and the empathy. Those aren't just meant for other people. Those are meant for you as well. Don't shame yourself. Don't be angry at yourself. Don't be pissed off at yourself. Instead, show yourself the understanding, the compassion, and the empathy. Give yourself grace. All right? And don't ruin a good day today by thinking about a bad yesterday. Take your power back. Take your power. I can't even talk. Take your power back. Be who you want to be. And hopefully, if you truly mean it from the inside out, things will start to get better for you. Things will start to change. Like I said, sometimes people follow by example. And sometimes that's the only way they can do it. When they see someone they care about getting stronger, it starts to make them think. And some of them will fight back because they're afraid. A lot of times, like I said, when people are mean to other people, it's a projection of what they're going through. It's a I need to feel bigger than other people kind of thing. And you don't need to put up with that. All right. So I hope everybody has a very, very, very wonderful day. I know today was a bit of a somber, kind of all over the place perspective, but it's kind of a it's kind of a journey into my head and seeing how it works. But you know what? Just like I said, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, because when you're kind to yourself and you give yourself the compassion, the empathy, and the grace, you're going to be able to give it to other people. That same compassion, empathy, grace, and understanding. You're filling up your cup with your joy. And making other people happy is the bonus. That's the beautiful gift we get back for taking care of ourselves. And the knowledge that you're going to be okay. All right? If I can be okay, I know you can be okay. So again, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I will see you back here tomorrow. Special Christmas Eve edition of the Aloha Perspective. It's really not that special. It's just Christmas Eve. But just like TV, right? On a very special blah blah TV show. But yeah, it's the Christmas Eve episode. But 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live under Shelley Marie Lucas. We do not need to be friends. If you want to watch, just come join me for a live sometime. Throw in some comments, ask me questions. I'm an open book. It's fine. And remember, the grass may look greener on the other side. Water your own grass. All right? Don't worry about what somebody else's yard looks like. Worry about your own yard. Build your self-esteem, build your happiness, build your joy. Everything will start to fall into place, okay? If you do not catch me on the live, you can find me on the Aloha Perspective with Shelley Marie Lucas on YouTube. I am there. I usually post them within the hour of finishing these. So if you miss it, check me out over there, all right? I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.